Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Woodpeckers Deep Dive. My name's Jeff Farris. Welcome to my shop. Today, I have a confession to make. I did something that may get me kicked out of the guys club. I read the instructions. Now, I read the instructions on Woodpeckers Radius Quick Jig. Maybe you guys will give me a pass because what I was really doing was getting them ready for the next run of these. One of my jobs at Woodpeckers is to review the instructions with the product engineers, our writers, and our graphics team, and make sure that the instructions make sense. I started working on that on the Radius Quick Jig, and I really learned something that I want to share with you today. All right, let's get started. Now, the cool thing about the trick I want to show you today is that it isn't just for the Radius Quick Jig. The same thing works with Woodpecker's corner jig, with a radius jig from some other manufacturer, or one you make yourself. It's simply a matter of approaching the wood in the right way. So we're going to cut this corner right here. I'm just going to mark it so I can get the jig out of the way. We're going to cut this, and you can see that along here, when we start our cut, we're going to be on the edge grain, and as we go around the corner, we're going to end on end grain. Now that's going to cut really clean coming around that direction. Where we might have a problem is on the other corner. On this side, if we just do this one and then come to this one, we're going to be starting on end grain and going around to edge grain. And that can be a problem. It isn't always, but pretty frequently what will happen is as you come around to the edge grain, it'll chip. Now I grabbed another piece of stock here, and I'm going to do this the wrong way. Remember, this is the wrong way to do it. We're going to start on the end grain and go around to the side grain. Now you probably saw in the close-up, I didn't get any tear out on the last pass, but we had some chipping as I was making the cut. Usually you can get by with that if you're really lucky, but pretty soon you're going to get one of those where it chips out on your very last cut. So let's show you the right way to do it. So on my finished piece, we're going to do this starting on the edge grain and going around to the end grain. And your risk of getting a chip out is much less. Now that works great for this corner. I can just flip it over here and we've got exactly the same thing, but what do I do about this one and this one? Well, it's just this simple. All you have to do is turn the board over, okay? So from the first side, we got this corner along the edge and around the end. Now I'm going to do this one. Same thing, I'll be going along the edge and around the end. Then I'll turn the board over. We'll do this one. It'll be around the corner and along the end. And this one. Same thing, along the grain and around to the end grain. All right, let's do the other three corners. So really clean cuts on all four corners. no tear out anywhere. All you have to do is make sure that you're always going along the edge and around the end, and you're going to get 2 corners on one side, flip it over, get the other 2 corners on the other side. That simple. Hey folks, I hope you enjoyed the tip that we had for you today. Nice thing about this is, as I said in the opening, it doesn't matter whether you're using the Radius Quick Jig, the corner jig, somebody else's jig, or one you make yourself. This is going to work for you to make sure that you have chip-free corners every time you cut a radius on something. If you like the tip today, be sure and go to our website. There's a link below that'll take you right to the ordering page for the Radius Quick Jig. And while you're there, be sure and sign up for our email club. That way you'll know about all of the great promotions that we come out with right when they're released. If you liked the video, be sure and give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll know about all of our videos right when they're released. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Deep Dive.